we talk a lot about dollar cost averaging in our strategy. And we get asked a lot of times, what exactly does that mean? What does dollar cost averaging mean? Well, I'm going to break it down very simply. If you have a piece of paper handy, grab your piece of paper, and what I want you to do is to write a big V on the paper. And I think we're going to have this up on the screen as well. Yep, we do. So write a big V on the screen there, and I'm going to tell you a story about a guy that went into the cattle business. So he didn't have a lot of money to get his small business started. So, and don't tell Craig Halgert this story because these prices are way off when it comes to cows. But this is for illustrative purposes only. So the guy went down to market and he brought his $100. He was going to plan on investing $100 in his business every month, and he was going to get however many cows he can get for $100. So he goes down, and the price of a cow, he notices, is $100. So he gives him his $100 and he gets one cow. The next month, he goes down to the market and with his $100, and the price of a cow now he sees as $50. So he's like, oh, sale, 2 for 1, good deal. He gives him his $100, he gets his 2 cows, and he goes on home. Well, the next month, he goes down to market with his $100, and he sees that the price of a cow is now $25. And he says, oh, something must be terribly wrong here. This is, I made a big mistake getting into this business, and this just isn't good. There's these rumors of mad cow disease and all of these different things. So he goes ahead, gives him his $100, and he gets 4 cows and goes back home. The next month, but he also makes a decision. He says, this was a terrible idea, and when the price of a cow gets back to 100, I'm out. So he goes back in the 4th month, and the price of a cow is back up to $50. He gives him his $100, and he gets 2 cows. 5th month, he goes back. Finally, the price of a cow is back to $100. He buys his cow. He goes home, and he starts thinking about what he said when the price of a cow was at $25. And he's like, this is just too stressful for me. I'm taking all these cows back down there and I'm selling them all. So you can see there, he ends up with 10 cows. He sells them all for $100 a piece. And he takes his $1,000 and he goes home, and at tax time, he gets all of his things together, and he walks into a CPA's office with his head hung down. He said, I did a really stupid business move this year. Here's all of my stuff. Well, when he comes back, he's surprised to find out that over those 5 months, he invested $500, and he sold all of his cows for $1,000. So he ended up with a $500 profit. That means that he made 100% on his business deal. Now, I don't know if he decided to go back down there and buy more cows, but this is just kind of an illustration of how dollar cost averaging works, because the markets are volatile. So if you are going to be disciplined and set to spend a set amount of money every month putting into your investment account, you're going to buy varying amounts of shares. And so now you translate this thinking into numbers of shares. And what happens is that over time, through the volatility of the market, you're not going to pay the highest price for all of your shares. You're probably not going to pay the lowest price for all of your shares, but you're going to end up with a lower average cost than what the share price is in the end. So the way that you do this in your strategy, and this really works best whenever you're, think of your 401k plan or your employer-sponsored plan. You're having money taken out of your paycheck every single month. You're not thinking about it. It just goes in and it buys shares. That is a great illustration of how dollar cost averaging works, and it's how people really accumulate a lot of money in those kind of accounts. Not letting their emotions, oh, I heard the market's down, today. I'm going to run down to the human resources department and stop all of my 401k contributions. It just doesn't happen. So you should be that disciplined in all of your investment strategies, and that can help you to achieve a lower cost.